to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the GW Tiger, the Geschutzwagen Tiger, the Tier 9 German SPG. This one's located on the westbourne of Studzianki, and it's under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP, and it's yet another entry in the competition for the Weekend Lion. Game on! Well, at the moment, Talon is in the lead on the competition. His lead is a second-class tanker, bruiser, and a Confederate, which I believe he got a few days ago. And Angelina hasn't been able to beat that yet, so it looks like he's going to get the Weekend Lion. But we have been sent a number of replays, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens by the end of the day. Okay, well, he's reloaded. He's got the 21cm howitzer as his main armament, so he's capable of doing 900 alpha, 53mm pen with 11.4 meters burst radius. The standard reload is 40.27 seconds. Rounds out, looks good. Oh, direct hit! It looks like it may have hit the tracks, but he did 377 hit points of damage on that Ras with his first shot. If he had actually penned the hull, it would have wiped him out altogether. So I suspect that's why he didn't get the kill shot, because the side of that vehicle took most of the force on the tracks. And that Barras player was a very, very lucky player indeed. Yes, the standard reload, 40.27 seconds. But we see that Talon's got it down to 32.99. Okay, there's that Barras again. He probably won't be so lucky next time. Well, he's fired, and unfortunately the Ras pulled away. He was lucky. What he managed to do was he fired when the Ras got to the furthest extent of that corner. Now, he's aiming towards the river in the middle of the map. Got an enemy TS-54. Now, our 9000 video actually featured that tank, and it's a very, very OP tank indeed. So it's definitely worth targeting. He's aiming for the Cobra instead. Rounds out. It overshot and went behind him without any damage. Now, don't get me wrong, the Cobra is a very, very powerful tank indeed. Because, of course, it actually does have a 4-shot magazine and fairly good frontal armor, but weak armor everywhere else. But it's the fact that it's a 4-shot autoloader that makes it most deadly. Okay, he's lining up another shot, but he's going for the Bisonte this time. Lines it up and rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit, right on the money. 330 hit points. That was a good strike. Now he's got to watch out for these trees. Oh, he knocked that one down and gave away his position. So, just in case the enemy's watching, he's going to change position altogether. It's always a wise decision to do that. Now, he may not have... It may have escaped his notice, but that Barask up in the north is actually trying to get at our Object 274A, and he's now very badly damaged. In the meantime, we're going for this Bisonte again, and the Cobra's come into sight. Now, he has marked that target. He lines the shot up, rounds out. This looks good. And it hits the ridge line. RNG said no, so he didn't get that one. Okay, this time round he is changing position. He's going to move a little further up. That Barask is still up there. And I think he spotted it. Yep, he's there, but he's very, very low on hit points. In fact, now if he was able to land a shell near him, I think he might be able to take him out. We're looking at the other enemy tanks, and yes, he can get a shot at this AT-15, who's hiding behind the rubble in the enemy yard. And he's going to land the shell right on his back if he can. Unfortunately, it hits the damaged buildings instead. Now, as Talon is playing on the NA server, and they are very hot on counter battery over there, it's always a wise decision just to change position. Plus, of course, it keeps you occupied whilst you're waiting for your next shell to load. Okay, it's going for the Cobra again. Just let it settle. That Cobra is still sitting there. Creature of habit. Rounds out. Well, he paid for it this time because it's 315 hit points from a direct hit. The good news is there is a Wizzy 1201 GFT further south than us who's actually protecting us from the enemy. So the Barask is still there, but he's even lower on hit points now, and a splash kill would be enough to take him out of the game, and I don't think he's aware how much danger he's in. Rounds out. This could be a kill shot. Oh! The shell went long, and all he got was 93 hit points, but it was very close, and the next shell could actually take him out. I think that will serve as a warning. That Barask should be getting out of there and should be playing as a support from now on, but you know what? Some players, they just don't know when to leave the battlefield, or at least to deploy. In the meantime, we know that SMV, there's the Barask. Okay, now what's he going to do? Is he going to turn to the left? Yes, he does. Well, that's a very silly move to make because, yes, Talon's waiting for him. The moment he gets to the top of that rise, he's there, rounds out, and he's out the game. Yeah, Talon knew he could get him with the next shot if he could land the shell sufficiently close, and he did. And the SMV CC67 is now one shot as well, and so he's the next target, although it looks like Talon took the mark off. Oh, well, the Object 274 made certain of that one, and he's out the game. Now, that IS-3A is another tank that's retreating, but he knows that he's down to minimal hit points, and he knows he's got to go, but in fact, he's sticking around because he just received a round from the 274A, and he doesn't want to go any further just in case he does get spotted and taken out. So we might have another shot. We're going for the 1815 instead. 245 hit points on the rear of that guy. He's backed up as much as he dare. Okay, there's the 1815 again. We still haven't seen that IS-3A pull away, but I think we just saw a shell leaving from that ditch, so I get the feeling that somebody is firing from that ditch area. Certainly the AT-15 just took fire from the south, maybe from our guys. We're trying to get a shot on the IS-3A. Difficult because he's staying in the shadow of that shelter, that structure, and we can't get a shot underneath it. So we're going for the AT-15, and again we hit the building rather than the target. We're one up on the enemy. Now we're two up on the enemy. Okay, who's next? The next one, or the one that died last, was the IS-3A. He's just gone. Now we've had another one. An Object 704's gone. So can we get a shot on this AT-15 without it hitting the building? Okay, we're loaded. Rounds out. Will this hit? It does. And this time round, it's 287 hit points. Now, despite the fact that we just lost one of our own teammates in the IS-3-2, the enemy's lost the AT-15. They also lost their E-75TS. And now we're 4 tanks ahead of the enemy. They've only got 2 heavy tanks left. Both of those are down in the south, along with their T-30 teammate. And that means there's just an Arty back at their cap area. And our guys are flooding into their cap area already. And I think their guys in the center, if they're not watching their mini maps, they'll miss the fact that our guys are about to take their cap. I'm wondering if the AMX 5120 and the other tank, the TS-54, realize what's actually going on. They should be running back to their own cap area as quickly as they can. We're waiting for a sight of the enemy RT, which is an M53, M55. There's the IS... Oh, there's the TS-54. He's running back. He does realize what's going on. It's a bit too late because he's going to have to stay behind that building, and Talon's going to get a dial in on him and then be able to blast him from this side. He's lining the shot up. Rounds out. Looks good. It gives him 318 hit points, which is a good shot. The T-30's moving up the center trench, but it's a bit late for him to do that. Especially when Talon can get a shot on him as well. The TS-54's gone down. So, T-30's next. We don't know where the AMX-5120 is, but that's the autoloader. But the T-30, it looks like he's actually looking in this general direction. I hope he doesn't decide that he has to come over here to pay a visit to Talon. In fact, actually, he's going back to his own cap area. But I think he's going to get in trouble because he's actually now facing an E75. He'll probably keep his head down. Okay, Talon can definitely get a shot at that T-30. There he is. He's stuck in that ditch area for the moment. If he stays at, well, it's basically the river, but if he stays there, he is going to get hit. And he's going to have to stay there because if he tries to move, he gets hit as well. And that's a direct hit for 356. The enemy Arty has been wiped out. We tracked this guy, and the E75's moving in to try and get a kill. Oh, well, he took a round from the T-30, but the E75 got the kill, and that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second-class tanker for talon1958 in the GW Tiger. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 8. And he got a win rate of 2,545, which is Unicum standard. Very good indeed. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the E75 in his team with 3,404 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to the Bisonte on his team with 2,876, and he got a Confederate. And in third place on damage is the T-30 on the enemy team. He managed to get 2,689 hit points before he was taken out by the E75. When it came to Talon, he got 2,414. So he did have a very good game, but sadly, he wasn't able to get a Confederate medal. And if we look at the number of kills, we can see that it was the Object 274A who got 4 kills. 2 kills went to the E75 on his own team, the AMX CDA 105, the IS-3 2. And on the enemy team, their T-30 managed to get 2 kills, but only 6 players on the enemy team actually managed to get kills at all in this game. Talon got 1 kill. It was the Barask, and unfortunately, that's the tank that actually denied him getting the Confederate. We look at the base XP, we can see the 274 managed 1,312. He's the only player to get over 1,000. The reason for that is that he was tier 8 in a tier 9 game, so obviously he was hitting higher tier opponents and getting extra XP. The Yak Tiger managed 988 and the E75 managed 965. The Pisante, as I said, he got a Confederate because, of course, he did hit 6 and 0, and that earned him one. We look at the team scores, we can see, or details, we can see that he actually fired 14 rounds, which is a decent amount of ammunition. 5 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but he did get 13 splash. 2,414 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 of the enemy, kill 1. So if only he hadn't actually killed the Barask, or if he got 1 more hit on a target, then he might have actually picked up the Confederate as well. 635 hit points of damage assistance and 297 hit points of stun off 11 stun. So he didn't get a lot of stun, which accounts for why it was only a second class. Now he did earn a profit, 57,695 credits for the game. And he also got 2,376 XP. So at least he got something out of it in terms of credits and XP. But he says, why can't I hit anything? Well, I think he had a few problems with that wall, trying to get the shot at the AT-15, but the rest of it, he did actually get decent hits. It was only difficult to try and hit that Barask when he was changing his speed and his course to try and avoid a hit. So, unfortunately, this does not change the situation on the lead for the weekend line, because as we know, this is the previous battle. Oh, actually, no, it does. I'm wrong. I am wrong, yes, because no, it does change the situation. This is the best score that he had from previous games. Second class Bruiser and 765 win 8, which means that this game is second class Bruiser and 2545. So it has improved the scores on the win 8. So yes, he is now in the lead on the competition with this score. So we do have another replay. So let's have a look at that one and see if he can improve it any more. In the second replay, Talon has switched to the 212A, the Tier 9 Soviet SPG, and he's on the west spawn of Outpost. So you can see the marks of achievement on the outside of the vehicle. Quite a few. It's always difficult to know which symbols to put on which sides of the vehicle when you're playing the game, because of course they're not always going to be visible. If you want the free ones, they're not always going to be visible in all of the different conditions. Okay, enemy tanks have been spotted. They're making for the castle grounds with the Kampfpanzer 7. RH rounds out on him. Direct hit right away, 282 hit points. He's falling back as he didn't like that. Now, one enemy tank did make it into the castle grounds. It's a Lorraine 40 ton, and we're right up against the edge of the map. We might be spotted by the Lorraine from this far away. I'm not sure if we are, but that Lorraine is in a lot of danger, because if Talon was able to get around into him, and he's already been fairly badly beat up, then he could be taken out of the game. Well, he's gone into that corner, and he got a kill! He got a blind kill there. I couldn't see the Lorraine, but he actually fired it in and splashed him to death in that corner. So he's got the first kill for his team. Okay, next target, an FB4202. See that the Kampfpanzer 7 still hasn't learned his lesson. He's still sticking around, and the FB4202 takes a hit for 365. Now this 203mm howitzer is capable of 900 alpha, 52mm pen with a 10.4 meters burst radius. And that Lorraine certainly felt that burst radius, because of course he did get badly wounded by that shell. In fact, he was taken out of it. Okay, now there is supposedly an Object 430 on that corner. Yes, there is. There he is. Okay, we're loaded. Rounds out. Looks good. Well, that certainly tells the 430. If you get too close to that corner, you can be badly injured. So hopefully that will moderate his behaviour. There's only one Arty on either team, and I think I just heard the enemy Arty fire, and he is trying to counter battery us. A shell just exploded behind us, and so it was a good job that Talon actually moved away, because otherwise he would have taken a hit, because the shell landed where he was previously located. Okay, buying for the Kampfpanzer, who does move away from where he was last situated. Talon is now relocating as well. You can see the shell crater for the last shot. Oh, and he got some stun assist off the Kampfpanzer. Okay, changing his aim, going for the 430U. Well, it's not 430U, sorry. It's a tier 9 game, and the 430 is a tier 9. Oh, enemy RT firing again. Well, that one missed, but I thought I heard enemy RT fire, but maybe I didn't, because we've not seen any shell come over. No shell spotting. Tanner's just relocating back a few yards. They've pushed the FB4202 back a long way, and now he's looking for another target to fire at. Okay, towards the town, there's nothing. Okay, we've got an SU-100 M1 and a Tiger 2 on this corner. Dialing in. Rounds out. Mark the spot. Falls short, but he did get a critical hit on the tracks. Now he should relocate, because that Arty will probably have seen that shot. Instead, he's looking to the south. Got a Skoda T27 badly wounded. He's pulling back. He is a one-shot now, or a splash kill, actually, I should say. The 430 is staying there, though. Rounds out again. Oh, direct hit! Right on the money. Yep, that certainly hurt that guy, and he's already relocating to avoid counter battery. Okay, we can see right over the other side of the battlefield, the Tiger II and the SU-100M1 are trying to stop our guys from moving up from the town. Last time we saw the Tiger II was on that corner. The SU-100M1, oh, we just saw the tracer from the enemy Arty. The SU-100M1 stopped to take a leak and loses 250 hit points because he did so. And he's now out the game. Okay. Well, we saw the tracer from the enemy Arty, so he's actually more concerned about our tanks at the moment. He does have company, though, because there's an SU-122-44 in there. And, yeah, they're quite deadly. They may only be tier 7, but they've got a 122mm gun with decent pen. Okay, Tiger 2's situated behind the house. He's using it for cover at the moment. Rounds out on him. Could splash him. It does, and in fact, actually, it kills him. And so we've helped our teammates there by getting rid of that Tiger 2. The only worry is that the enemy's got an AMX 1375 and they've lost track of him. The Cobra is looking for him at the moment, and the SU-122 on our team has actually found him just at the other end of the road leading up to the castle. And they just finished him off. In fact, it was a Waffenträger who got the kill. There's the enemy Arty, the M53, M55, the guy who tried to nail us, rounds out on him, and direct hit wipes him out. So 3 kills now for Talon. There's only one enemy left, the SU-122-44, and he's right in the corner of the map, and he's got 2 tanks surrounding him at the moment, a P-43 Tur and a Skoda T-56. I don't think he's going to last very long. Yes, he's sitting there, and he's now just been blasted out of existence by the P-43 Tur, and that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second-class tanker for talon1958 in the 212A. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 8, and his win rate in the game, 2030, which is very good indeed, but sadly, it does not beat the GW Tiger game, where he got 2,545, which means this is still the leading game in the competition. Let's have a look at the details of the team scores. Okay, well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the Skoda T-56, who got 2,863 hit points. Second highest damage in this game went to the T-30 on the enemy team with 2,392. And the third highest damage went to the IS-6 on our team with 2,128. Talon managed 1,900 hit points, but it was still a good score because it actually put him above all but 1 on the enemy team and 3 on his own, so he's actually in 5th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, he shares the top spot with the IS-6. They both got 3 kills each. 2 kills went to the Skoda T-56, the Waffenträger on our own team, and on the enemy team, their T-30 and SU-100M1 both got a kill, 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, we can see he's actually in 3rd place because the Skoda T-56 managed 1,047, the P-43 Tur managed 1,031, and Talon managed 907. These two are the only ones over 1,000 base, and the P-43 Tur did so well because, of course, he's tier 7 in a tier 9 game, so he was bottom tier, but he was still managing to get huge amounts of damage. And of course, every shot he fired at a tier 8 earned him 10% extra, and every shot at a tier 9 was earning him 20% extra on XP. Okay. 11 shots fired, not as many rounds as in the previous game. 4 direct hits and 1 penetrating shot on this occasion. Now, I wonder which one he actually penetrated. Well, it was probably the enemy Arty. Yes, it did hit the front of the vehicle. 215 hit points of damage, but it was a penetrating shot, went straight through the armor. So that was the penetrating one. 10 splashes, damage of 1,900, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 7 of the enemy, kill 3. Did 1,681 hit points of stun assist off 8 stuns. So at last he's getting stun assist. On a premium count, he earned 83,635 credits out of that game, and he also took away 2,721 XP as well. So it was beneficial on both XP, on credits and XP. So he's doing well, but he hasn't improved his position. This is still the leading game in the competition. So let's have a look at the next replays when they come in. I'm putting this video up straight away. If you enjoyed these replays, please give them a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.